national capital, there seems to be a new CCTV that has come out. As far as this case itself is concerned, these are the developments that now we are picking up. Let's play out as far as this CCTV footage is now concerned. Over this incident that has created a lot of controversy, let's play out the CCTV footage that has now recently been accessed by Times Now, as we put out exactly when it comes to the case of overspeeding, as it was now being highlighted, and in the case of the CCTV footage that seems to have been accessed of the very moment when this incident that was reported. So there you can see, as far as in the CCTV footage is concerned, Priyank, help us understand on the day and the timing there, as far as this angle of the CCTV footage that records the very moment of the accident that happened, of that speeding car that can be seen, the black Scorpio and the bus that also is coming from that way. When it comes to this incident that happened with the bike.
See, Satyamita, the CCTV footage is establishing the sequence of incident. The CCTV camera was installed at a university near the spot where this accident had happened. The timing is around 10:30 because that was the time when the Delhi police also got a PCR call from one of the residents who spotted these vehicles collided with each other and Sahil lying on the footpath of this particular stretch of the road. The first sequence is establishing that how this black color SUV was going at a very high speed, which was also established when we accessed that mobile clip which was recorded by Sahil's sister yesterday. I beg your pardon, the accused sister yesterday. Now in the second set of CCTV footage, the accused and his sister can be seen running towards the apartment, because just 200 meters away is the apartment of the accused. When they spotted that there was a major accident, they ran towards their society after calling their brother. The brother had also reached to the spot, and when we spoke to the eyewitness who had made the first PCR call, he said that his elder brother was the one who had given this particular driving license to the Delhi police, and he was trying to show that he was the one who was on the wheel. But the sequence is also establishing that how the elder brother was taking off his jacket and he was giving it to Sahil, and he was trying to wear the hoodie which Sahil was wearing, because I beg your pardon, the accused was wearing. The accused was certainly in a position to run away from the location, and his elder brother was the one who was trying to wear that hoodie, black color hoodie, to establish that he was the one who was behind the wheel, because he had a driving license. He wanted to save his juvenile brother. So everything has been captured in the CCTV footage, which is a clinching piece of evidence. We know that on 7th, the interim relief which has been given by the JJB, which is the Juvenile Justice Board, to the accused will end, since he had got relief only for his exam, and then he will have to be produced before the JJB, and then the JJB will decide that what could be the further course of action which need to be taken against the accused. So far, the defense side has been procuring all those mark sheet, all those medals which has been gathered by the accused over the period of his schooling days, like 5-6 years back till then, so that his conduct can be established, that he's a person with a good conduct. But looking at the footage, it is quite clear that the accused juvenile was attempting to flee away from the location when the Delhi police team reached, and they stopped him before he could run away from the clutches of the law.
Yes, but there would have been, eyewitnesses also there at the spot, isn't it, Priyank? Because this has happened in broad daylight, and as far as this incident is concerned, when the accident happened, you can also see the people running to the spot where this incident was reported on the road. So there were eyewitnesses as well to establish the sequence of events.
Yeah, one of them spoke to us also yesterday. One of the eyewitness who was the first caller, who was the first responder to the location, who informed the Delhi police team, and after which the fire brigade also came, because the vehicles had collided. They were the taxi driver was stuck inside the vehicle. He was taken out by the locals with the help of the locals. He told me yesterday and to the Times Network that the elder brother was the one who was trying to claim that he was the one who was behind the wheel. And if you look at clearly in the second set of CCTV footage, Amita, it is quite clear that the driver, the juvenile driver, was wearing a black color hoodie, and his elder brother took off his jacket. He was wearing a white shirt, if you can see in the visuals, and he was telling the accused to give his hoodie so that he can establish that he was the one who was behind wheel. So this was an attempt, but since the caller himself spotted this happening, he confronted these accused, and then the Delhi police team, the first responders, were informed about it, and when Delhi police questioned the accused, he confessed to the crime that he was on the wheel. So everything is being established after looking at this footage which has been accessed by us.
And look at the way, I mean, you know, this CCTV that has been accessed now, Priyank, establishes that the car, the SUV, the Scorpio car, the black car in this was indeed overspeeding, and rather it was in the middle of the road. It was not even driving in its lane.
Yes, that is an important point which you have also picked up, because this particular stretch of road, which did not have any kind of barricade, has a white color strip. If you look at the traffic rule, whenever there is a white strip and there is no cut in between, which means that no one is supposed to cross that particular line. So the SUV driver was driving right in the middle of the road. That is also violation of the traffic norm. So the justification which the accused driver and his counsels were giving yesterday, that this particular stretch of the road did not have any kind of barricade, or the divider which was there. So it was trying to be established by them that this road was open for commuters to travel on both the carriageway. But the white color line which is in the mid of this particular road is clearly establishing that yes, there was a government notification kind of thing which was there as a white marker, and there was no cut in between. So none of the drivers are supposed to cut that particular line. So the accused was driving at a very high speed. Looking at the manner in which he was driving at the middle of the road, he was certainly driving at a very dangerous speed.
The other video that has also been accessed, if you can show us and explain to us, you know, because we are showing both of the angles there, what happened during that day when Sahil lost his life. One is that of a speeding car, you know, cutting across as far as when it comes to there being no proper division in that road. But that is when Sahil's bike was incoming and he crashed into it, the speeding SUV. On the other side, we are looking at least 3 people who are walking. One man with a white shirt, and he has a jacket of some kind on his hand. And there are 2 individuals, a woman and a man who seems to be walking in the front in a rather casual way. This seems to be establishing when it comes to the person, the juvenile who was driving the car, and his sister as well, who was also in the car when this incident happened, and it is their elder brother in a way was trying to shield and to cover up the incident.
See, I'll tell you my viewers that first set of footage which they saw on Times Now was a video which was captured by the accused sister. She was sitting on the left-hand side, on the front seat. She was recording it, and then in the last moment we saw that there was a motorbike which was overtaking this yellow color bus, and then the vehicle collided with each other, and there was a taxi also. Because of the high impact of this particular SUV, the taxi was also damaged. Later in the footage, if you look at it, it's a 7-minute 35-second footage which has been accessed by us. The footage establishes that around 11:30, the black color SUV was going at a very high speed, and after which it collided with the bike rider, and then after 5 minutes the accused came out from the vehicle along with his sister after he had called his brother, who was barely 200 meters away from the location, because they stay there. The brother came, the elder brother came, and in the white color shirt the elder brother can be seen, and he was the one who was telling it to the accused to hand over the black color hoodie which he was wearing so that he can establish that he was on the wheel. But the eyewitness had spotted it. The eyewitness confronted the accused, and the Delhi police was also informed, and then it was established that the juvenile driver was the one who was on the wheel. That's why he was apprehended and he was sent to JJB. Now he is out on bail because of his board exams, and soon after the board exams will be over on 7th, he is supposed to once again be produced before the JJB, and that the JJB will be taking the action in the further case. Now it has been established that it was the juvenile driver. It has been established that the vehicle was at a very high speed, and it has been established that there were family members who were trying to shield the juvenile.
Did it come across while you were questioning the accused father yesterday as well, Priyank, because he seems to be apologetic over this entire incident, and he has also been claiming that he wasn't in the city and he wasn't in the know that his juvenile son had taken the car keys. And this seems to be rather establishing when it comes to a different sequence of events altogether. As far as this, a bit of a confrontation, I believe, that also happened. Priyank, through those CCTV footage and other video footages that have also been captured in this attempt that the juvenile and his sister were attempting to flee? Priyank? All right, so there you can see the very moment of the accident that happened, both inside and outside. All of them that is now being shown. As far as the crash that reported around 11:57 a.m. on the 3rd of February near Lal Bahadur Shastri College under Dwarka South Police Station limits, and clearly it has now been established that the car was speeding. It was a juvenile who was behind the wheels. His sister was sitting along, making videos, making reels, and this seems to be, as far as when it comes to a certain attempt also, what is being said to another round of CCTV footages, that they wanted to flee from the spot. Let's go back to Priyank on this. Priyank, did this come across as far as when it comes to the interaction that you had with the accuser's father? Because he seems to be apologetic, but Sahil is not going to come back. His mother has been crying and she's been seeking justice, not just for her son, but for others as well. What was Sahil's fault? Nothing here. And as far as these pictures that have been establishing, was there any kind of confrontation that also happened as far as when it comes to the juvenile and his sister who were attempting to flee?
See, Amitabh, we have been highlighting this, that Sahil was raised up by his single mother, and after 2 months he was supposed to go abroad for pursuing his further career. You can imagine a single mother who has managed to raise a child to this extent that he was working good, he was contributing to the society, and he wanted to go abroad so that he can give a better life to his mother. Suddenly, while he was about to reach his office, there's a high-speeding Joyride vehicle which is being driven by Juvenile comes and hit him, and that vehicle was at such a high speed that Sahil died. Now, these are the evidences which is certainly be very important for the investigating agency as far as the court is also concerned. The father has accepted his son's fault, but what led to the father accepting the son's fault is being established in this footage, because this clearly establishes that the elder brother was the one who came in rescue of his younger brother, the juvenile driver who had killed a man. The man was still lying on the floor, but Sahil, the accused, was running away from the location while Sahil was right there on the spot. The father had claimed that the accused was his son was not in the mood. He wanted to help the person, which was Sahil, and he wanted to save his life. But the footage is clearly establishing that within 2 minutes, the accused was running away from the location along with his brother and his sister. Both of them are major. The brother was wearing a white color shirt, and Amita, the accused, was wearing a hoodie. If you look at the visuals, the brother is seen taking off his blazer. He was wearing a white shirt, and he was trying to hand over to Sahil, and he was telling him to give over his hoodie. But by that time, Sahil had already informed his elder brother that I have been spotted, people have seen me, so there is nowhere it is possible that I will get some sort of relief in the due course of time. You can imagine the intellect of this individual who was not behaving like a juvenile. There comes the question that why the law should give this kind of clear rope to these individuals so that they can claim before the court and claim that they are juvenile just because they are not 18 years of age. A person who was driving the wheel, the father said that I was not aware that my son was driving, but the whole family was aware of the fact.
Sahil's mother is connected with us right now. Ma'am, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
हेलो
मैम, आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ, बिल्कुल आ रही है।
मैम, हम जो अभी स्क्रीन पे दिखा रहे हैं टाइम्स नाउ पर, ये कम से कम 2 डिफरेंट सीसीटीवी फुटेजेस सामने आई हैं, और उस दिन की घटना बताता है कि जब साहिल की अनफॉर्चुनेटली जान चली गई इस एक्सीडेंट में, और ये एस्टैब्लिश करती है कि जो गाड़ी थी काले रंग की वो कितनी स्पीड पे चल रही थी ये गाड़ी, और एक अटेम्प्ट करा गया था कवर अप करने का, चाहे जो गाड़ी जो चला रहा था ड्राइवर उसके साथ जो बताया जा रहा है जो महिला जो उसकी बहन है, और वो वहां से भागना चाहते थे। ये जो सीसीटीवी फुटेजेस है ये वो चीज एस्टैब्लिश कर रही है। मैम, तो आपने ये देखी है जो सीसीटीवी फुटेजेस नहीं आई है?
मैम मैंने देखी है, मैंने सिक्योर करी है, तभी तो मैंने आपको शेयर करी है
जी।
मेरे पास तो यही सबसे बड़ा एविडेंस था। मैं तो देखना चाहती थी इसका बाप क्या लोगों को गुमराह करता है। अब गुमराह करे, अब स्टूडेंट्स ने पकड़ा है इनको, इसके बेटे को भागते हुए स्टूडेंट्स ने पकड़ा है, वहां के इंस्टीट्यूट के स्टूडेंट्स ने उसका गिरेबान पकड़ के उसको रोका है। ये दोनों बहन भाई 11:45 का अगर आप फुटेज देखते हैं, 11:38 पर जो इंसिडेंट हुआ है उसके बाद जो ट्विस्ट मारा है इसके बेटे ने, स्टंट जो मारा है, जो बिल्कुल बस के मुंह के आगे आके मारा है, जो कि दूसरी लेन है, ठीक है। तो अब ये डिनाई करे और ये बोलता है कि मेरे तो ड्राइवर चलाते हैं, ड्राइवर चलाते हैं तो कोई बात नहीं, आप सोसाइटी के लोगों का इंटरव्यू कीजिए। और इस फुटेज के बाद इनके पास अपने लिए बचाव में कुछ नहीं रह जाता है मैम कहने के लिए।
नहीं ईना जी, ये भी बताया जा रहा है कि एक बड़े भाई को बुला लिया गया था जो 18 साल के ऊपर थे, ताकि वो एक अटेम्प्ट कर सके कि वो चला रहे थे गाड़ी और उनका छोटा भाई नहीं, ताकि उसको बचाया जा सके।
तो मैम ये छोटा भाई वहां पे क्यों, इसके चोट कैसे लग गई? ये वहां मौके पे मौजूद है, पब्लिक ने पकड़ा है, पब्लिक ने दोनों बहन भाइयों से बोला है कि तुमने किसी का बच्चा उठा दिया, पब्लिक अंधी है क्या? इनकी स्टेटमेंट सच्ची है और जो बिल्कुल वहां पे दुनिया खड़ी है, दुनिया वीडियो बना रही है, दुनिया इसके बच्चों से बात कर रही है ऑन द स्पॉट, वो सब झूठ है क्या?
तो मैम क्या ऐसा वो मौका था कि साहिल की जान बचाई जा सकती थी अगर तुरंत एक्शन लिया जाता, अगर उसे तुरंत अस्पताल पहुंचाया जाता?
आप मेरे से बार बार ये सवाल मत कीजिए मैम, मेरे को गिल्टी फील हो रहा है कि मैं अपने बच्चे के पास क्यों नहीं थी, उसको 2 घंटे जिस तरह से ये सवाल।
मैम आपका दर्द सबसे ज्यादा है, आप शायद ही कोई समझ पाए कि आप व्हाट यू हैव बीन गोइंग थ्रू, बट आपका केस जिस तरह से आगे बढ़ रहा है, शायद ये सीसीटीवी फुटेजेस वो एस्टैब्लिश कर पाए क्या आखिरी में जो अगर जो गुनेगार है, जो असली गुनेगार है साहिल की मौत का, उसको कम से कम जस्टिस मिले। ईना जी आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। वेल it's very distressing, Priyank, because a mother is now left to fight this fight for her son's justice alone. And she is the one who says, who has been procuring all of these CCTV footages that will add to the list of evidences and the sequence of events.
Yes, this is what the mother was also trying to establish, that these are the footages, Amita, which can establish, the role and the conduct of the accused. Because what is the irony is, the JJB only considers the conduct of an individual before giving this kind of relief. This is what we have seen in the past, and that's what the victim family has been telling us. Now the defense side is trying to procure all those documents which can establish before the JJB that the accused did not had any kind of wrong intent, neither conduct, which can lead to getting more relief. But this footage is clearly establishing that the accused was running away from the location. He was not the one who attempted to save the life of someone who is lying on the floor, who could have died, and the last minute effort by the accused side could have also saved the life of the individual. That was not done. This is what the footage has been establishing, Amita, which is very important thing which need to be highlighted. There were students who ran away after listening to this huge explosion kind of sound which came out from the spot, because there were 3 vehicles which collided with each other. And yesterday when you saw the kind of damage it was caused on this black color SUV, which is a very rugged vehicle, it was quite clear that the vehicle was at a very high speed. The father was claiming that the vehicle was only at a speed of 40 to 45 kilometers an hour, which is not the thing. So why on every front the accused family and the accused side has been trying to shield this particular individual is quite obvious. They wanted to save their son, but their conduct has taken someone's life. The kind of intent which has been established after this footage has been accessed by the network is clearly establishing that the accused had no intent to save the life of someone who has been badly hit. And while talking about the family members, they have been trying to portray that they were not at all aware that this particular juvenile was driving the SUV. Then how is it possible that the mother, the brother, the sister, all three of them adult, allowed this person to go and drop his sister to the alleged metro station, right? Because what the family has been claiming, that the accused was going to drop his sister. But at this high speed, was he going to catch a flight? After 2 minutes, every 2 minutes on this blue line, the metro comes. If she would have missed one metro train, she would have taken another metro train. But this kind of intent is quite clearly established when this black color SUV, the Scorpio, was at a very high speed. It hit Sahil and Sahil died on the spot. And you have also very highlighted a very important point, Amita, that there was a white color strip which was in the middle of the road, which clearly establishes that the driver was negligently, rashly driving. He should have there on his side of the carriageway. He was driving in the middle of the road, and when Sahil attempted to overtake that yellow color bus, the vehicle, the SUV, was at such a high speed that even if the bike rider could have applied his brake, there was nowhere for him to go. There was a very narrow space. The vehicle first hit, and not only hit Sahil, you could see the impact which was caused by this vehicle hitting at...
It even narrowly misses the bus. I mean, it would have hit the bus first, then it hit the car behind, a white car, and then it also hit as far as Sahil's bike, unfortunately, is concerned, Priyank. But how does it build the case from here on? Because the father, however, says that he was oblivious to his son's doing. He was not in the city. He wasn't aware that he took his car keys, and just issuing an apology saying that I am also a parent is not enough.
That's not enough, Amita, because someone has died. That's what the mother has told to us yesterday, that whatever it may take, she will keep on highlighting the kind of fault which has been done by the accused. She's not the one who's just lived her life after realizing that her son has been accidentally died. It's a brutal murder for her. The mother has clearly stated that I have lost everything which I had. Now the only sole purpose for me is fight for the right of my son, my beloved son, who has been killed badly right on the middle of the road by some rashly negligent drivers who was on a joyride. So this is not at all acceptable for her. That's why she brought this story to us. We have started following it, and time and again looking at the kind of visuals which are coming, it is certainly diminishing the claim which has been given to the victim family by the accused family. The father was telling me that my son has committed some mistake, galti ho gayi, nadani ho gayi. This is not nadani. This is a well thought thing where the accused could have realized that if he is driving at such a high speed, someone can lose his life, and unfortunately that has happened.
Yes, because will Sahil come back? No. But all of this, how does it add to the investigation as well, Priyank? Because these are multiple angles there. The mother herself is now fighting this battle for justice for her only son. And she's a single mother. She's been breaking down. She is in distress. But her fight continues. Now, as far as the investigation is concerned, how much of a cooperation on part of the accused side would be needed as far as for the police also to build this case against the juvenile?
Amita?
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't get your question.
No, I'm asking because they have been saying that they have been cooperating with the police, but if all of these angles now come across of a possible cover-up, would there be any action that could be also initiated against that man who was trying to, wear that black hoodie in a case or attempt to shield his juvenile brother?
See, the statement of the eyewitness is very important, point number one, where the accused brother's role is also coming up. What Delhi police have told to us that the accused father is now being charge treated whenever the charge sheet will be filed under section 199A of the of the Motor Vehicle Act, which is regarding a person who's handing over the keys to a juvenile driver. But in the due course of time, the sections of the VNS are also applicable, because this is adding to 120B, which is a criminal conspiracy, and this is also adding to the common intention which was there amongst the brother, among the father and the sister. So they should also be held accountable, because they were the one who had allowed this juvenile to drive his vehicle. We know that the sections of the Motor Vehicle Act are bailable in nature, but looking at the visuals, it is quite clear, Amita, that the accused was driving at a very high speed. The family was aware about the fact, and the family was also attempting to save the juvenile accused. So if you collaborate all these footages, this is a very important clinching piece of evidence which will certainly go against the accused family. Why is it so that the accused was being held? Why is it so the sister did not attempted to save the life of Sahil, who was right there and she was not that much hurt, and both of them can be seen running away from the vehicle. So all these things are corroborating that there was a criminal intention to save the accused side. There was a common intention also to save the accused by the victim, by the accused family, which is being established at the last 20 seconds of the footage, because this is a lengthy footage. We have picked up those particular relevant portion which is establishing the role of the family member. This is what have been pointed out by us yesterday itself. So looking at all these footages, it is quite clear that the accused family was aware about the fact, the accused family was aware about the consequences, the accused family was also attempting to save the juvenile accused who was on the wheel. So the Delhi police has to work upon it. They cannot just shy away from taking their responsibility by claiming that, oh, the law is such, we are supposed to grant bail to accused. Oh, the law is such that the juvenile accused is being accountable, and the kind of punishment which has been to be given has to be given by the JJB. What is their action now? Why the Delhi police is not acting against those individuals who were trying to shield the accused, all those accused who were trying to cover up the investigation, or the trying to push those evidences away from the Delhi police, should also be held accountable. This is what has been established. This is what the eyewitness was telling it to us, but the police was not accepting it on record. But now the footage has come out which is establishing the kind of claim which was given by the eyewitness.
What is being said over the CCTV footages that has been procured? The mother of Sahil is distressed. The son is not coming back, but she will fight for justice, because this video shows the speeding SUV being driven at a breakneck speed on a road without a divider. In the footage, it is clear that the vehicle appears to swerve into the opposite lane and narrowly misses a bus as well. But the police has been carrying out with its investigation, with a case having been registered under the relevant sections of the BNS, and the matter remains under investigation. Justice for Sahil, that will continue. For the moment, Priyank, thank you very much for joining in. We'll be back after a very short break.